Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a deep dive about Elçin Sengu and Baris Ardak, with a timely cameo from Engin Altın Dizayatan, and the story behind a comeback that is equal parts courage, craft, and clean slate. If you enjoy thoughtful, long-form breakdowns like this, please like the video, subscribe, and, if you want to support the channel even more, click the join button below. Now, let's get into it. For months, the biggest question around Elçin Sengu wasn't what's next, but when. She had deliberately stepped back from new projects, a pause that her team framed as a reset and that the public interpreted as hesitation, a perfectly human reaction after a wave of harsh commentary about a previous series. Every performer knows criticism is part of the job, fewer will admit how much it stings when it comes fast, loud, and personal. Elçin did something rare in this business. She took her time. No rushed announcements. No quick fixes. Quiet reflection instead of noise. Then came the first clue that the page was turning, a new look. Elçin went blonde, an unapologetic, high-gloss transformation that instantly set timelines alight. Comparisons to Sinem Kobel surfaced within minutes, as they always do when a star changes color, but if you watched closely, you saw something different. The shade, the cut, the styling direction. This wasn't imitation, it was intention. It read like a deliberate pivot, a visual thesis statement. I am not retreating, I am rewriting. The second clue arrived almost in tandem, a new project, not just any offer, but a lead opposite Engin Altın Dizayatan, one of the most experienced and technically precise actors working today. Industry watchers noticed the package. A script that had lingered in development until the right duo emerged, a director known for measured pacing and character-first storytelling, and a production calendar designed to minimize leaks and maximize craft. The premise remains under wraps, but insiders describe it as a mature drama with emotional stakes and a strong female perspective. Translation: Elçin is not returning to be decorative, she is returning to carry weight. Why does the choice of co-star matter? Because chemistry is not luck. Engin is a partner who meets the moment, methodical, generous in scene, ruthless about details. Pairing him with Elçin signals a set where the bar is high and the goal is longevity, not hype. Early whispers from the first rehearsals speak of an unexpected ease, line runs that stretch beyond schedule because the beats keep opening up, blocking sessions that feel less like technical drills and more like choreographic dialogue. The kind of process that makes the final product look effortless precisely because it isn't. While that momentum built, a third narrative thread surfaced. Baris Ardak, Elçin's former co-star and one half of a screen partnership that defined an era, had noticed the hair, and, according to people close to the situation, he told her it suited her. No drama, no subtext-laced essay on aesthetics. Just a simple, sincere compliment from someone who knows what it takes to stand in the light. Fans, of course, read between lines that might not exist, but the gesture was disarming in its normalcy. It said, "We are professionals, we have history, we can root for each other without spectacle." Later, Baris was asked about Elçin's new project. His answer, while brief, carried the tone of a colleague who understands the risk of reinvention. He wished her success and said he hoped she'd get exactly where she wanted to go. That's not a headline-grabbing quote, but it is the kind of steady endorsement that actually matters. It's also a reminder that the best responses in this industry are often the least theatrical. Now, let's talk about the fear label that clung to Elçin during her break. Was she frightened? Or simply cautious? There's a difference. Fear freezes you. Caution teaches you. If you looked past the gossip cycle, the signs pointed to a strategic recalibration, media silence while scripts stacked up, low-profile training blocks, image tests with multiple hair and makeup teams, and a streamlined team around her day-to-day. Nothing about that reads like paralysis. It reads like prep. The hair, then, becomes symbolic of more than shade. It's an actor's version of a table read, an outward experiment aligned with an inward shift. It asserts a new posture on screen, lighter where needed, colder when warranted, and visually distinct from the roles that came before. Costume departments love this kind of clarity, so do DPs and editors. Audiences feel it even if they can't name it. That feeling is what fuels anticipation, and right now the anticipation is everywhere. Meanwhile, the fan response has split into familiar camps. On one side, unwavering support. Fan art, edit reels, welcome back hashtags, and comments celebrating the glow that comes from rest and resolve. On the other, skepticism about whether a look and a cast announcement can outrun old critiques. Both responses are honest. Both are useful. One pushes a star forward, the other demands the work be undeniable. Nobody gets lasting victories in this industry without passing through both. Here's where Engin Altın Dizayatın changes the terrain. He doesn't traffic in chaos. His sets are disciplined. His scene work rewards listening, not just emoting. Acting opposite that kind of grounded partner forces choices, cleaner objectives, sharper transitions, less indulgent pauses. It's the type of environment that leaves no room for past noise, because the present task is too specific. If Elçin wanted a crucible to forge the next version of herself, she found it. The production's early approach also tells a story. No endless behind-the-scenes leaks. No baiting the algorithm with half-formed teasers. Instead, sparse official images with careful color palettes, a press note emphasizing character arcs over shock twists, and rehearsals scheduled to protect focus. It's both old school and wise. When you're writing a new chapter, you don't start by screaming. You start by building. Let's also give space to the emotional math of returning after a rough patch. When commentary gets personal, it doesn't just bruise your public image, it infiltrates your process. You begin to doubt choices that used to feel instinctive. You fear that a pause in a line reads as blank, not layered. You overcorrect. The only cure is work, to lose yourself in the architecture of a scene until the scene holds you up. Based on the early signals, that is exactly the kind of work Elçin and Engin are doing. Honoring the script beat by beat, shot by shot, until the performance speaks louder than anyone's timeline. And what of Baris in all this? His role here is small but meaningful. He is not the story, and that is the point. In an industry that thrives on imagined triangles, he declined to become a headline and chose to be a supportive footnote instead. That restraint is a kind of generosity. It keeps the spotlight where it belongs, on a colleague's effort to reframe her artistry and on a new project fighting to be judged on its own terms. Looking ahead, expect a press strategy that emphasizes craft over clickbait, long-form interviews about process, a trailer that foregrounds tone rather than plot, maybe even a short behind-the-scenes featurette focusing on the rehearsal room instead of the makeup chair. If the team stays disciplined, the conversation will shift the minute the first full scene drops, because audiences do respond to mastery when it's right in front of them. One last note on the blonde discourse before we close it for good. Hair changes are often dismissed as superficial, but in visual storytelling they carry load-bearing weight. They can telegraph time jumps, hint at character psychology, and, yes, serve as a precise rebranding tool for an actor making a turn. The trick is to make the inside match the outside. If Elçin's performance rises to meet the promise of that first reveal, the color will stop being a topic and start being a choice you can't imagine the role without. So here's where we land. Elçin Sengu pressed pause, listened hard, and chose a return that doubles down on substance. Engin Altın Dizayatın anchors the set with craft. Baris Ardak offered support without spectacle. The rest is simple and difficult at once: show up, do the work, let the frame tell the truth. I want to hear from you. Does a visual reinvention help an actor reset audience expectations, or should the work speak first? Are you excited to see Elçin and Engin together, and what kind of story do you hope they've chosen? And where do you place Baris's reaction on the spectrum from polite to genuinely moving? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this breakdown resonated, please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our first look analysis the moment a trailer arrives. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and be well.